It's November, I've got on my flannel shirt, I've got my big old hot drink here, which can only mean one thing, that it's time for the holiday movie season, the time of year where every screen seems to be filled with softly falling snow, small towns, and the kind of homes that feel instantly warm and familiar. But what is it about those houses, the ones in every Hallmark movie, that make them feel so comforting? In today's video, we're going to pull back the garland to see how architecture and design quietly create the feelings of home that we all recognise. Beyond the clock tower and the snowy main street, the real magic happens in the neighbourhoods, where rows of colonial revivals, Cape Cods, Craftsman bungalows, farmhouses and English cottages line the streets, homes that seem to glow from within. Everything feels balanced and familiar. The porches are decorated, the materials are humble, and nothing is meant to impress except through warmth. That sense of comfort comes up again and again in Hallmark movies, though not by accident, but because certain home styles capture it perfectly. So let's take a closer look at the styles that set the scene for almost every holiday movie. First up, the Colonial revival, balanced and symmetrical with a centred front door and matching shutters. It represents stability, order, and the comfort of tradition. Its predictability is part of its charm, a visual reminder that some things never go out of style. Then there's the Cape Cod, modest and compact with a steep roof, dormer windows, and a central chimney. It feels cosy, simple, and reassuringly familiar. The smaller proportions and straightforward layout make it instantly relatable, a house that feels built for real life. Moving on is the Craftsman bungalow, with its deep porches, sturdy columns, and honest materials. This is a home that feels handmade and grounded. You can almost imagine the smell of wood and the sound of the porch swing. The weight of its materials and the clarity of its structure give it an unmistakable sense of permanence. Next is the farmhouse, with its gabled roof, wide porches and neutral tones. It blends heritage with renewal, the perfect setting for a story about second chances. It's traditional without feeling old-fashioned, a timeless shape reinterpreted for today's lifestyle. And finally, the English cottage, with a steeply pitched roof, brick or stone facade, and a centred front door framed by windows and soft lantern light. It's perhaps the most instantly comforting of them all. It feels personal and welcoming, like the kind of place where the kettle is always on. Each one feels touched by care, proof that beauty, integrity and belonging can still exist together in the simplest design. Together, these homes form the visual shorthand of warmth. They're familiar without feeling dated, and they're detailed without being fussy. The proportions are human, the materials feel real, and the message is simply, this is what home should feel like. Now that we've looked at the architectural styles themselves, let's talk about what really makes these homes so comforting. The design choices that shape our emotional responses, because these aren't random details. They're psychological clues built into the architecture, quietly telling us that a house is safe, calm, and welcoming. First is scale. Hallmark homes rarely have grand open spaces or double height ceilings. The rooms are sized for everyday life, comfortable and contained, so you feel settled rather than overwhelmed. Next up is symmetry. When a home looks balanced, our brains register order. It feels dependable and familiar, like everything is where it should be. Then colour. Warm whites, soft greens, gentle blues, brick reds all echo natural tones. They make light feel warmer and give the home a lived-in, approachable look. Texture plays a huge role too. Wood siding, stone chimneys and painted trim give homes depth and interest. These materials age well. They remind us of homes that last and of the people who take care of them. And don't forget porches and entryways. These transitional spaces signal welcome. Even a small porch creates a pause between the public and the private, a place to wave to a neighbour or take a breath before heading inside. And finally, lighting. Hallmark homes glow from within. Instead of one harsh overhead light, they use layers, table lamps, sconces and fireplaces to create pools of warmth and softness. It's lighting designed for conversation, not just visibility. When all of these elements come together, they do much more than just make a house look nice, they make it feel right. When form, texture and light work together, something almost invisible happens. A feeling of wholeness. It's design that supports connection, spaces that invite you to stay, to gather, and to feel at home. If the overall style sets the mood, it's details that make a Hallmark home feel personal. Every trim colour, brick chimney, and porch light placement adds character. These small design decisions signal care. Someone thought about how this would look from the street or how the light would fall through the window, because simple touches like a painted shutter or the path that curves up to the front door give the house a sense of individuality. Inside, the feeling continues. Soft lighting, layered textures, and furniture that looks collected rather than staged. Nothing feels perfect, it feels lived in. And that's what separates comfort from sameness. It's not about perfection or expense, it's about personality and attention. The more intentional the design, the warmer it feels, and the more it invites you to imagine your own story within it. When you step back, you realise it isn't just about the houses we love, but about what they represent: safety, beauty, and belonging. And yes, let's be honest, it's a fantasy. These are movie houses designed to make us feel good, and they do. We know real life isn't wrapped in a garland and softly falling snow, but we still like to watch it because these homes reflect something deeper. They remind us how reassuring proportion, warmth, and familiarity can be. These homes don't rely on luxury, they rely on intention, which is the true architecture of comfort. When we talk about designing happily ever after, we're not pretending the fantasy is real, but we're recognising the feelings that are behind it. The desire to feel safe, connected, and cared for, and the Hallmark homes capture that perfectly. It's less about recreating the past and more about preserving what's worth taking forward. And I know from my day job being a realtor that these homes represent what everyone wants, but few can find. People long for the interest and warmth of older homes, but with the ease and maintenance of new. They want space and privacy, yet they still want to feel connected to the world around them. And yet, here's the irony, that despite being the subject of this video, the homes in the movies are never the heroes, they're the backdrop. No one's worried about mortgages, repairs, or being house poor. And maybe that's the biggest fantasy of all, having a gorgeous home that supports your life rather than consuming it. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe. It really helps me out. And join me next week for more Homes Explained.